Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Animal Lovers Cafe. We are here dancing like we're animals because this is the Animal Lovers Cafe. And I am just so happy that you're able to join us today. My little teddy bear, he's gonna go and he went out front. So it's such a beautiful day here that most everybody is outside while I'm inside right here with you guys. So I have a question for you. Do your animal companions get upset or maybe even act out a little bit when you leave the house? Maybe just for a short time, like when you go to the store, just out for a little bit, or longer, like when you go to work. So some people are going back to work, or when you're on vacation, so a much longer time. Do they act out? Well, you know what? I'm going to share something with you right now that you can do right now to help and support both of you, you and your animal companions, when dealing with separation anxiety. Do you have that? Have you ever had that separation anxiety? Well, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But first, I want to welcome you to the Animal Lovers Cafe. And if you're new, please write in the comments below that you're new so I can say hi to you personally. And the other members of the cafe can also greet you, say hello, get to know each other. This is a really great group of animal lovers. And if you're new and you don't know me, my name is Janet Dobbs of Animal Paradise Communication and Healing, where my greatest joy is to help you discover your unique way of telepathically communicating with animals. So today, right now, I'm just really, this is one of my favorite topics because it's such a serious topic. And one of the reasons that it came up is a lot of people are taking vacations or going back to work after, it's been several years of being at home, being with our animals. They've gotten used to us being around all the time, right? I mean, they love it. Most of them have been so happy that we're around all the time. But some of you might be going back to work or getting ready to go on a vacation. So what's that like? Whenever we're gone from the house, our animal companions are like, where'd you go? Are you okay? Do they get anxious when you're gone, even for a short time? Share in the comments below. Yes or no, your animals do get anxious. You get anxious. Maybe you have separation anxiety too. It's okay. But there are some animals, and maybe you have one, that actually destroy things. It's not funny, but it's kind of a funny picture. It's not funny when they can literally destroy your house. I've seen it happen with my own animals. And why does that happen? Do you know why? They become so anxious. So I'm here to help you understand why it happens and maybe some tips about what you might do to help you and your animal companions when that happens. So stick around and I'm going to get right to it. We're going to learn some reasons and some tips to help you. So let's say that you're going to the store. It's just a short little trip to the store, right? Do you ever get all emotional and you like make a big to-do like, oh, bye, baby. I'm going to be right back. But, oh, you be okay. And I was like, blah, blah, blah. And then your animal's like, what's wrong? Why are they acting like that? So then they start to worry because you're worried and they're worried because you're worried. So this cycle starts, right? So instead of your usual routine, think about coming up with a saying that's really short and simple, like, see you later, alligator. And you just wave and you let them know you're going to come right back. So it's really important to be very clear with your animal companion, dog, cat, horse, even your fish. Indoor animals, outdoor animals, whatever your situation, but especially your indoor animals, dogs and cats especially, let them know see you later, alligator. And that signals that you're just going out and you're going to be right back. And then leave. Just make it really short, quick, to the point. You're in, you're out. So do you have a special saying that you use when you leave the house? Do you have a ritual that you go through? Share in the comments. I'd love to hear what you might be experiencing with your animals. It might help others too, as far as saying goodbye or dealing with separation anxiety. So usually when it's a short little something, going to the store or just going out for a jog or just a really quick trip away from the house, they usually do okay. But there are some animals that can't even stand that. And also, we humans can have separation anxiety. So try this little trick, come up with a saying of your own. But I kind of do like the old-fashioned saying, see you later, alligator. And if you're old enough to know that saying, you know the reply is, after a while, crocodile. So moving on to the next step. So we have the short, see you later, alligator. You're just gone for a little bit and you're back again. But then it's time, maybe you're going back to work. So let's talk about that. A lot of people have been working from home and things are starting to open up around the world. Some people are no longer working from home. Some people have always not been working from home, continued to work away from the house. But do your animals have separation anxiety when you're gone? I want you to think about this. So when you say goodbye, don't make a big fuss. Just let them know you're going to work. So work usually means, like, say you're going to be away from home somewhere between 6 to 10 hours. So don't make a big fuss, but let them know. Just say goodbye. Don't make a big fuss. And then picture in your mind, as you're saying goodbye to them, you will return. And let's say you leave in the morning and the sun's up. So picture it's nighttime, that it's dark. That's when you're going to come back. Right? So don't make a big fuss. You just say goodbye. Let them know that you're going to work, you're going to be back, and this is what it's going to look like when you're back. And then just assure them that you will return. Because so many animals, their biggest worry, their biggest fear is that when you leave, you will never return, that something's going to happen to you, and you'll never come back. And that is, of all of the behavior issues that I've dealt with animals doing animal communication sessions, one of the biggest things is that they show me is that they're so afraid that you will not return to them, that something's going to happen, you'll never come back, and that they will be there forever alone, and that you won't return. So assure them, have this fun little ritual, and then leave. You say goodbye. Now, here's some things that can help. Give them a job. So as you're leaving, just give them a little job. So you're gone for, 4 to 10 hours. And what are they going to do inside? Well, you can give them a job like, say, hey, say Fluffy, or you can do this with dogs and cats. Patrol the baseboards of the house while I'm gone and look for bugs. It's a job. So you can just tell them, picture them. Clearly picture it in your mind, going around the baseboards of the whole house, no matter what size your house is. And they're looking for bugs. Another thing, job kind of thing that you can have them, ask them to do is, while I'm gone, why don't you take a nice long nap? So that gives them something to do. They probably do that anyhow, right? But you can just picture that, like, hey, take a nap. And then you can also say, hey, why don't you look out the windows? If you have windows, hopefully you do. Go check out the windows and see what's going on outside. So you can go around to all the windows that are easily accessible and just look out as best as you can and see what's going on in the world. So that gives them something to do. And you can also say, you're just keeping an eye on your kingdom, on the outside world, right? Again, giving them something to do that is constructive, that is not destructive. Another thing you can do is just have them fill the house with their energy. So that's going to feel really, really good when you return home. So that's kind of a really great job, right? It's not a hard job to do, but just tell them it would make you really happy if they were just being themselves and filling the house with their wonderful energy. And then when you return home, the house is going to feel really, really good to you. And then you can also say that you just want them to, when you're communicating with your animal companion, one of the nicest, easiest ways to telepathically communicate with your animal, the language of silence, is to picture in your mind that they're happy and they're calm and they're at home. And then when you come home, the house is going to be exactly as you left it. Calm, happy, everything's wonderful. So that's another job you can give to them. And while you're at work, during the day, you can connect with them. But before you do that, I just have a little pet peeve that I want to talk about for people that have dogs. So you're gone for 6-10 hours. I've always wondered, how can we expect an animal to hold it for 8, 10, 12 hours at a time? Can you? I can't. So if you ever come home and they've had an accident, don't get mad at them. They did the best they could, right? They honestly tried their best to hold it, but I don't understand why people get so angry at animals that, especially a dog. They can't hold it. Look at these cute little dogs. It's like, I know I can't hold it, so how can we expect them to, especially if they're little, babies, or if they're, so you put piddle pads down, right? Or if they're older, muscles start giving out. So just be a little gentle with them and come up with, something that works for you or works for them. So, being gone for 8 or 10 hours at a time, I know no way that I could do what they do. I mean, I'm impressed by the dogs. So while you're at work, a really wonderful thing, isn't that cat cute? A really easy thing for you to do, to connect with them. And this helps with anxiety for you and them. Picture them in your mind while you're at work. You just take a break and just imagine what they're doing. And then, why don't you show them what you do at work? Just say, hey, you want to look through my eyes? This is what I'm doing. And I'm thinking about you, but this is where I am. And just kind of look around and say, look through my eyes. This is where I am, and this is my work, and this is what I'm doing, but I'm thinking about you, but this is what I do. So what does that do? Well, there's a connection. So you're thinking of them, they're thinking of you, right? And then they can see what you're doing and feel a little happy. Or even if you're a little frustrated, you're just like, hey, I'm not having a really good day, but I'm thinking about you right now, and you're making me feel a lot better. So thank you so much. And I'll be home, and then just let them know when you're going to be home. There's just a nice little connection throughout the day. And you can think about them, just say hello. You're just thinking about them. And in that moment where you're thinking about them, they're thinking about you, you're thinking about them. And that's just kind of a nice, between the two of you, the three of you, the four of you, however many animals you have at home, a nice little hello and a connection. So keeping that connection with you, because often we get caught up in our stuff of work, right? And we forget about our animals. So connect with them. Think about them. It'll make a big difference. So when you're getting ready to head home, you're leaving work, you're heading for your car or for the bus stop, the metro, subway station, a train, however, a bicycle, however you get home, start picturing that in your mind and say, hey, I'm heading home. And then picture in your mind what it's going to be like when you arrive, and let them know approximately the time that you're going to arrive. They get it, I promise. And it's going to make them feel really good. Oh, goody, goody. Yay, they're getting ready to come home. Okay, I got to go run around the house, check the house, and make sure it's okay for when they walk through the door. And then you walk through the door. So picture this in your mind as you're getting close to home, that you're walking through the door and how happy you both are going to be. Yeah. So I'd love to know, so share in the comments if you'd like to. Do you ever experience that? What is your experience? Like if you're away from home for, say, a period of time that's time to go, like a full day of work, 6 to 10 hours or more that you're away from home, and how you connect with your animal companions. I'd love to hear. So if you could share that in the comments, that would be fantastic. And just think about it. What do you do? And how do you deal with being away from your animal companions and help and support them, and also you? Because, we humans can have separation anxiety as well. So lots of things to think about. But let's go a little bit deeper. Being away for longer periods of time. Right? So a lot of people are starting to take vacations. I have no idea what that is. I haven't had one since 2008. Seriously. But a lot of people, lots more people are taking vacations, maybe going by car, maybe going by plane, but that good old VACATION, I'm going to have a ball. Look that song up. It's a good one and a fun summer song. Anyhow, so as soon as you know that you're going to be going on a vacation, begin to let your animal companions know. So start to picture in your mind, or just share with them, hey, yay, it's like be really upbeat. Don't be sad. Don't get into that space of like separation anxiety, right? Just notice how you're feeling when you connect with them and let them know that you're leaving, right? You're going to go on a vacation, because try to remember that your animal companions reflect you. So if you're feeling like you're going to miss the heck out of them and this is going to be really awful to be away from them, they're going to feel that too. And they're going to wonder, like, well, why are you feeling like that? You're right here. And they start to get anxious. They start to get worried. They start to get upset because you are. And they don't know what to do with that. They don't understand why you're upset. So check yourself and tell them about you're going on a vacation and it's going to be so much fun, and let them know how many days you're going to be gone. Maybe you're going to be gone a week or more. Let them know. Be very clear. Let them know when you're leaving, that you're here now, but say in 5 days or 2 weeks, you're going to be going to this wonderful place and you're going to have so much fun. And just let them know that it's, that that's what's going to be happening. And let them know that you are going to have so much fun. And they can have fun too, because they can be on a vacation while you're on a vacation. So just make this really fun. You're going on a vacation. They can't come with you. Explain why. And that, it's fun. It's not a bad thing. Again, that energy of anxiety, we want to stay away from that worry, that fear, and get into that happy, joyful. That's why you take a vacation, right? To have fun, to get away, to have a break. So let your animal companions also feel like they're going to have a vacation. They're going to have fun. And also be sure, this is the key. This is like the most important thing. Let them know no matter when you leave, whether it's a short time or for a VACATION vacation, that you will return, because they worry so much that they're alone. You're never going to come back. Something's happened to you. So if you can clearly say, I will be back, and let them know when. And then just like when you go to work, give them jobs to do while you're gone. There's all kinds of things you can come up with to let them, just come up with a list of things that would work for you, like patrolling, the baseboards for bugs, or there's all kinds of, think of a job that would work for you, keeping the house filled with happy energy. That's their wonderful, loving energy, their dogness, their catness. Those are some things that can be jobs. So what kind of job would you give your animal companion? Have you thought about it, or do you do that? Share with us in the comments, because I really would love to hear some different ideas, because I have a list, but you might have something that I'd never even thought about. I'd love to hear about that. So let them know, this is really important also, before you leave, let them know how they're going to be taken care of. Is somebody going to come and stay at the house? Is somebody going to come once a day, twice a day? Maybe you have a dog walker that's coming. So let them know who it is, and let them know approximately when they're going to come so they can expect this. You might have a kitty sitter who will play with your kitties. I love this little kitty that's playing chess. They can. They're so smart. So, maybe there's a kitty sitter that comes, once a day, twice a day to play with them, to feed them, to take care of them. Let them know, who it is. And then also, with your horse, let them know somebody's going to be taking care of them. The same thing with your horse. Even though they're not in your house, usually, let them know who's going to be taking care of them and when you will return. They just want to know that you're going to be back and when. And also, maybe they're going to be staying with someone else or someplace else. Be sure to let them know where they're going to be and who they're going to be, staying with. It's just really important, because how would you like it if all of a sudden, somebody put you in the car and they drove you someplace that you've never been before, and they take you in and then they leave. And you're like, what? And you're in like this little tiny space, and days go by and you're like, what did I do wrong? Or why, because nobody told you anything, right? So the same thing with our animal companions. Just let them know whatever the situation is that you have for them. Maybe they're staying, at there are kitty hotels and dog, oh gosh, some really wonderful things for dogs where, they can stay for a day or a week or however long. And it's just like a really wonderful place. Let them know. Just be honest with them. Don't make anything up, and keep your energy up. Keep it light. Be honest, be truthful. Of course you're going to miss them. They're going to miss you. You tell them that. Just keep that line of communication open between them. They need to know, and then they'll be okay. The anxiety is lessened when they know what's going on and when they know you're safe and you're coming back. And as you leave, you're going on vacation, you say goodbye. Again, this is the day you're leaving. You let them know you will return, and you let them know when. Exactly. They understand it. You remind them to have fun. You remind them where you're going to be. So like if you're going to the beach, picture a beach. If you're going to the mountains, picture mountains. If you're going to be in snow, picture snow. You get the idea, right? And that remind them they can connect with you, and you can connect with each other at any time. You just picture each other in your minds, in your heart, and remind them of their job that you've given them. And it can just be a really simple one, right? Just keep the energy high and fill in the house or in the barn or wherever they are, and just fill it with their love so that when you return, everything's going to feel so great, right? And again, reinforce the fact that you're going to return and when. So while you're away, you're at your destination, you're on your way, think about them, and they'll be thinking about you. It's all about connection, that heart connection that you have with each other. So when you're thinking about them, they're thinking about you. You're thinking about them, they're thinking about you. They're thinking about you, you're thinking about them. You're connected. You're connected through your heart centers. It's just a beautiful thing. So do that often while you're away and just feel that feeling. Can you see that feeling like this man and his kitty cat? That's just the best feeling, right? So you can feel that while you're away. And while you're away, wherever you are, you're having a really great time. Take a moment, connect with your animal companion, right? Wherever they might be, and invite them and say, hey, I'm here having a great time. So in this case, like maybe you're in front of this mountain. Oh, wait, it's a volcano. You've never seen one before. It's really like, wow, right? So ask them, like, would you like to see where I am? Look through my eyes. And then you just kind of look around and notice what's there, notice what you're seeing, and share that with them. Share the feelings that you're having, because they get those feelings. Like you're in awe, maybe, like in the case of this mountain. Or maybe you're at the scene where the palm trees are with the pink chairs and the white sand and that beautiful color of the water. Picture that. Let them feel the air on your skin. They'll feel it. Notice, what the air might smell like. It does smell. Notice, sand between your toes or the water and what it feels like. And it's like if this is a totally different location than where you've ever been, let them share this experience with you. And again, in your connection, remind them that you'll be back. And remember, each day and each night, say hello to them. When you get up in the morning, say hello. Just feel it in your heart and think about them. Let them know that you'll be home in 10 days. And then the next day you wake up, I'm going to be home in 9 days. They understand that. So just keep that connection with them and communicate with them, in whatever way works. Keep your communications as upbeat as possible. Very positive, letting them know when you're going to return, that you are happy and you're okay, and you will return. And maybe, if you have somebody that is taking care of your animal companions, you can check in with them. That makes me feel good because I don't know about you. I have separation anxiety. I worry about my guys, so we have a kitty sitter come several times a day to check in on them. And so that they're safe in their home. They don't have to go someplace else to stay. And she'll send me pictures or we'll talk on the phone briefly. So, whatever situation you have, just to keep you and your animal companions as free from anxiety as possible. And then on the day you're returning, let them know, hey, I'm coming back. Let them know. And see how excited you're feeling and tell them, hey, you can be looking for me. I'm coming, and let them know exactly when. So maybe you're taking the red eye and you're going to be early in the morning or midday or as the sun's going down or it's going to be dark. Show them, picture, and then picture that you're walking through the door, but you can see them waiting for you. Right? Notice how you're feeling. You're getting excited. They're getting excited. And you walk through the door. And you have this wonderful reunion and feel how happy that you feel and how happy they are. And everything is back to your normal life, right? But also you had a really good time and hopefully they had a really, really good time. So those are some ways to help with saying goodbye and being apart and letting go of that separation anxiety. But if you have a hard time and or your animals have a really, really hard time, there are some things that you can do that are really easy peasy, simple. Have you ever heard of something called Rescue Remedy? It's a Bach flower essence combination of, I think it's 5 rescue flower essences. But it really helps with especially anxiety and fear. So you might take some, because anytime you give something to your animal like that, a a flower essence, a remedy of some kind like that, you should take some yourself too. But for the animals, it is in a pretty strong alcohol preservative, so I wouldn't give it to them in their mouth. A lot of people do, but I wouldn't. So you can put like a couple drops on your fingers, rub your fingers together, and then just gently rub their ears, and then you can rub it in your hands, and then pet. Have the remedy on your hands, and you just pet their fur, and it works. That works just as well as putting it in their mouth. So you just find what works for you. That's a really good thing to know about as far as helping with anxiety, separation anxiety. So if there are more serious issues and behavior issues surrounding separation anxiety, there's other kinds of support that you can get. The first thing I would recommend is have an animal communication session with a trusted animal communicator. It's really important to get their point of view, because let's say we're talking about the animal that has torn apart the couch, or chewed, torn up the carpet or chewed the wall, or, in the case of a horse, they crib, so they gnaw on the a railing or, wood. Just other behaviors that are a result of anxiety, especially we're talking about separation anxiety. Find out what their point of view is. What is going on with them? Because if you're looking at the package on the outside, okay, you see this package, this animal, and they're doing this, but you don't know the why. So they, if you're throwing stuff at them, but you don't know why, you're not going to really solve the issue. So find out I would highly recommend, find out what's going on with them, and then you can better help and support them. There's also holistic veterinarians that use homeopathy, Chinese herbs, flower essences like we've talked about, to help and support anxiety and other emotions that animals can have. And I highly recommend to try to avoid hardcore drugs. Really, don't get your animals on that if you don't have to. But I'm not a veterinarian. I am not diagnosing. I am not prescribing. Do what your trusted veterinarian suggests. But those are some steps that you can take. Rescue remedy, an animal communicator, homeopathy, Chinese herbs, flower essences under the guidance of a veterinarian, and see if that helps. And I'd love to know if you share in the comments with me. I would really love to know if you have any things that work for you with your animal if they're feeling stressed or they have separation anxiety. So I would love to hear about that. So please share it in the comments. Just to remind you what we've talked about and some tools that you can have to help you and your animal companions when you're away from each other, when you have to leave. So when you leave, first, when you go, like you just go into the store, you're going out for a jog or whatever, just make it easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Say, see you later, alligator, and then just leave. Don't make a big to-do about it, and let them know you're coming right back, right? That's really important. Then, the say goodbye, and then when you're going to return. Keeping that connection throughout the day if you're at work or you're on vacation. And then, of course, if there's separation anxiety that is beyond, you feel it needs a little extra help, have a session with an animal communicator or more than one session. And contact a holistic vet that has other things that can help with anxiety. And always stay in communication so both of you are less anxious, less worried. Isn't that the best way to be? And if you enjoy this, I would love for you to please don't forget to subscribe and ring that little bell, because when you subscribe, but especially when you ring the little bell, and you're like, what's a little bell for? You'll get a notice whenever there's a new guest or whenever something new is happening around here. And one more thing is I would like to invite you to join the Animal Meditation and Healing Group. This is a little group that meets live once a month, but all of the guided meditations that I'll do They happen at a certain time, the first Wednesday actually of every month at noon. And if you can't make it, you can listen to the recording. And at the end of 12 months, you will have access to 12 guided meditations that will help you to relax and be with your animal companion, heal with your animal companion. It's just a really beautiful way. It's just like I'm telling you, almost every single one of the meditations will help you with anxiety, with behavior issues. It's like just when you can relax and get quiet and be with an animal, life is so much better, right? Don't you feel? I do. So I hope you can join me again next Friday. I might have a surprise guest for you, so you're going to have to stick around. So if you like and subscribe, you'll know right away before anybody else does. So I hope you have a wonderful week and have fun. Always have fun with your animal companions. And what else can you do but have fun with your animal companions? Be well, and I hope to see you soon. If not next week, I will see you in the Animal Lovers Cafe, or just I will see you soon. Take care. Have a wonderful, lovely day. Thank you for being with me. And Luna is over there. My kitties are all around. And you take care. I will see you soon. Have fun with your animals.